Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden, the Golden Emperor, whatever you really want to call me. And I'm back with part 2 of What If Gohan Was the Legendary Super Saiyan. And I just want to say sorry for the big time gaps in between these episodes and stuff like that. My editor is pretty preoccupied. I'm pretty preoccupied with everything else I've been doing. But I'm going to try my best to write up and record a good amount of these in the near future, so I can basically get them out to y'all as fast as possible, because I really have been enjoying these stories, because it's definitely a breath of fresh air doing a completely different anime compared to when I was doing My Hero Academia or Demon Slayer. Dragon Ball is obviously what I grew up on, so it is fun to do Dragon Ball What Ifs. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, and let's get right into the what if. Let's get it. Gohan and Goku then went on their 6-day trip to Namek. And keep in mind, now that there's 2 of them, the strength they're gonna gain is a lot more, especially when they train in the gravity chamber. They got way stronger than normal, because obviously having that sparring partner, both Goku and Gohan, which Gohan normally wasn't even here, see insane amounts of growth. Gohan also was kind of getting taught how to control that rage power, that they don't really know what to call it, but they just know it's the power of the great ape, really without going great ape. But what they don't know exactly is that it's actually far more than just that. And he actually started getting a grasp on it, so he is somewhat able to transform into this state on command. He basically just used the idea of how Goku relaxes his body and uses the way he basically uses Kaioken to try and activate that form, which wasn't the best idea, but ended up working out because he figured out how to unlock it and re-unlock it. But by the end of the trip, well, Goku is actually at a power level of about 150,000. Like I said, having a sparring partner is insane, and it's been said on multiple occasions, when you spar with someone, you'll gain power a lot quicker than if you're training on your own. And Goku originally was only at a power of 90,000 in canon. Gohan, I put at a power of 100,000. This may seem like a lot, but you gotta remember, Gohan's a half breed in the first place, a half Saiyan, half human. But on top of that, he's the legendary Super Saiyan. Obviously, he doesn't know that currently, but all he knows is that he has this insane potential in terms of his rage boost and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be too outlandish putting Gohan at about 100,000. So what happens on Namek then? Everything goes very similar to canon. I mean, maybe Krillin was definitely in maybe a little bit more danger, but Vegeta kinda handles Dodoria, Zarbon, obviously after getting completely destroyed by Zarbon, and then eventually killing him. And nothing really happens until you get to the Ginyu Force. I could go through this long explanation of what happens, but frankly, there's really no reason. Vegeta and Krillin practically are just punching dummies throughout this entire time. I can see them killing Goldo. That doesn't surprise me by any means. But obviously Vegeta gets completely destroyed by Recoome, just like, well, in canon. And finally Goku and Gohan then arrive. And when they basically get there, Gohan helps completely obliterate Jace, Birder, and everyone else except for Captain Ginyu. In which, well, Goku basically can handle Ginyu on his own until he gets hit by the body change. This definitely is going to play a role, because obviously Goku is going to get beat up pretty badly, and obviously Vegeta is going to attribute to that as well, and then eventually leading to him going to get healed. Right now, actually, we have Gohan, Vegeta, and Krillin, just like in canon, with Dende about to, wish back their friends, leading to the revival of Piccolo and wishing him there, and then unfortunately Guru dying. But what all y'all have been waiting for, after this occurs, the Emperor of the Universe, Lord Frieza then arrives. Vegeta, just like in canon, will fight First Form Frieza, but once Frieza, transforms, he begins beating on Vegeta. Krillin cuts off Frieza's tail, trying to use a Kienzan, but that doesn't work out too well for him because he ends up getting impaled by his horn. Gohan, in a fit of rage, activates his Akari form and, begins beating on Frieza. With this rage and with the form, you can easily put him above 1 million power level, and he begins smashing Frieza. But right when Frieza got a slight upper hand and can kick away, he then transformed into his third form, changing the tide of the battle very quickly. And even when Piccolo arrives, they can keep up a little better, but they're not at the advantage by any means. Eventually leading to, Vegeta getting blasted by Krillin, and then healed reluctantly by Dende. Finally, the final form of Frieza arrives. The Z-Fighters watch as an overconfident Vegeta approaches Frieza, spouting, "I'm a Super Saiyan," and that Vegeta is going to be the one to defeat him, and that he's the last of his royal blood. But, as y'all know, Vegeta, proceeds to get his, destroyed. And eventually, leading to the arrival of Goku after being healed. Frieza immediately realizes Goku's strength right when Goku charges at him and they begin fighting. Their fight is pushing Frieza to actually half of his power, being 60 million. But he's only 10 million more than Goku currently at Kaioken times 10. Goku's base is now 5 million. Using the Zenkai multiplier that he got originally in canon, taking him from 90,000 to 3 million. If you use that same multiplier, we're taking someone that was from 150,000 all the way to about 5 million. Being that now that obviously he has Kaioken times 10, that's 50 million, only 10 million less than what Frieza is. So, when Goku knows that he has to finish the fight, and he pushes the Kaioken up to 20 times Kaioken, it gives him a power level of a whopping 100 million. Beating Frieza into practical submission. With, him beaten, Goku tells him to leave. The normal Goku thing. Let the villain leave and hope that he comes back for a better fight and maybe changes his ways. Maybe they can fight again one time or another. But instead of that, Frieza sends a blast at the ground trying to destroy the planet. But luckily Goku is able to use Kaioken times 10, able to stop it, and ends up finishing the job by using a Kamehameha. At least that's what he thinks. After using the wishes they needed, they head back to Earth in Goku's ship. And they did more gravity training. But not as hard as they did before, obviously, because they have no real reason to suspect anything bad or anything in general. So they do mild training in 100 times gravity, which obviously is not mild training, but to them they're pretty used to 100 times gravity by this point. And Gohan does see pretty good growth, because at the end of the day, Goku is far beyond his son, nowhere near where they were in terms of the 50k power level gap, but Gohan sees really good growth, where Goku sees very minor. Gohan's growth is actually to about 300,000. But what the Z-Fighters didn't know is that they were missing out on a crucial part of the story. Goku isn't no Super Saiyan. He doesn't know instant transmission. And now a future someone will be arriving in the timeline that is very different than what he expects. What will happen when this figure arrives in this timeline? Will Goku not knowing Super Saiyan matter that much? And will the burden of not being strong enough be put onto Gohan? I guess you're gonna have to find out in the next part. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna try my best to get these videos out as soon as possible. As y'all saw, I did another video before I did this one, which was the what if Boo was in the Tournament of Power. So if you're interested in that, make sure to go check it out if you haven't watched it. But yeah, I'm gonna do those every so often. I kind of like doing the one-offs where it's not like a big story, but like something minor that I can change and see what happens. But yeah, like I said, if y'all enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, have an amazing day. Later.